Alright, welcome to day 9. Today we will be using substitution to solve systems of equations. So when we substitute, what we want to do is we want to figure out what a variable is and we want to plug it into the next equation. So for number 1 right here, I know for a fact that y is 2x. Y is the same thing as 2x basically. So what I'm going to do is I can replace every y in the second equation with whatever y is in the first equation. So let's get started. So the x doesn't change. That kind of stays the same. The plus I bring down. The 3 hasn't changed, so I bring that down. And we know what y is because at the top it tells us that y is 2x. So where y is, I'm going to replace that with a 2x. So all I'm doing is I'm replacing y with 2x. That's it. Why am I replacing it with 2x? Because it tells me that y is 2x up here, right? That's where I got it from. And then you bring down your equals and your negative 14. And then you just keep on going from there. So the x stays the same. That hasn't changed. Bring down your plus. And then 3 times 2x, that's going to be 6x, right? And everything is still equal to negative 14 so far. All right, let's get the x terms together. I've got 1x right here. I've got 6x right here. So 1x plus 6x is going to give me 7x. Yep. And it's still equal to negative 14. All right, so basically I can find out what x is by dividing both sides by 9. I'm sorry, 7. I'm dividing both sides by 7. Because that's what's in front of the x, right? So then I get x equals negative 2. All right, so now I know what x is. I know for a fact that x is negative 2. But now I've got to figure out what y is. And the way I get that is I can plug it back into whichever equation I want that I started off with. As long as you use the original 2 equations that I gave you, you'll be fine. I usually try and use the easiest one, so let's use the top one right here. I'm going to bring that over here, and I'm going to copy it down. Y equals 2x. Okay? Now, I know for a fact that x equals negative 2, so let's plug that in right here. I get y equals 2 times negative 2, and that, of course, is negative 4. Now I write my ordered pair. I always put my x number first, negative 2, and my y second. And that's how you do it. Let's try this next one. I know for a fact that x is equal to negative 4y. So everywhere I see an x down here, I can replace it with negative 4y. The 3 stays the same, right? That hasn't changed. X is going to be the same thing as negative 4y, so I'm just going to replace this x with a negative 4y. And then I bring down the plus, the 2y equal to 20. All right, so now let's multiply. 3 times negative 4, that's going to give me negative 12y plus 2y equals 20. So these two haven't changed. The only thing that's changed is this one because I multiplied. So now negative 12y plus 2y, if I add up the numbers, that's going to give me negative 10y. And then we're going to divide both sides by negative 10. So we can figure out that y is equal to negative 2. Good. So now I know what y is. Now I can plug it back into whichever equation I started off with. You can either choose the top one or the bottom one. I'm going to choose the top one because that one's usually the easiest. And I'm just going to copy it down like I did the last one up here. So let's bring that on over here. And just continue. Y is negative 2. So I'm going to replace y with negative 2. And we'll see what x is, okay? Negative 4 times negative 2, that is positive 8. Write your ordered pair. Make sure you put the x number first, so 8 goes first and y goes second. Done. Alright, so the last problem I wanted to go over with you is this, this number 3 down here. Now, it tells us that y equals 4x minus 1, and on the bottom it tells us y equals 2x minus 5. Now, since I already know what y is, it tells me in the first equation, right? It tells me that y equals 4x minus 1. I can replace this y down here with a 4x minus 1, right? Because I already know what y is, right? Y is 4x minus 1. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this y down here with 4x minus 1 and see what happens. So I get 4x minus 1 equals 2x minus 5. Alright, so now I've got a two-sided equation. What I want to do is I want to get all the x's to one side and I want to get all the regular numbers to the other side. Here's the way I'm going to do it. I want to get rid of this positive 2x by subtracting 2x from both sides. Remember, this 2 is positive, so to get rid of it, you got to subtract it from both sides. So all I'm doing right now is I'm subtracting 2x from both sides, and let's see what happens. Over here, 4x minus 2x, that's going to give me 2x. And I bring down my negative 1 and my equal sign. And 2x minus 2x, well, what's 2 minus 2? 0, right? So I don't even need to write anything for this. I just got to bring down the negative 5. Okay, we're almost there. So, how do I get rid of a negative 1? I do the opposite of negative, right? I add a 1 to both sides. So let's try that and see what happens. My 2x hasn't changed, so I bring that down. Negative 1 plus 1 is going to give me 0, so I actually don't even need to write anything under here. Bring on your equal sign, and negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. Okay. So now I can divide both sides by 2. And I get x equals negative 4 divided by 2, that is negative 2. Good. So now I know what x is. Now to find out what y is, all you got to do is plug back in. You can plug back into the top, or you can plug back into the bottom equation. For this, I'm going to choose the... Well, actually, it doesn't really matter since they're both pretty easy. I'm going to choose the top. So let's copy that down. Y equals 4x minus 1. And I know for a fact that x is negative 2. So I'm going to replace this x with a negative 2 and just see what happens. Okay, so 4 times negative 2, that's negative 8. I still got that minus 1. And y equals negative 9. Okay, put your x number first, negative 2. Put your y number second, negative 9. And you're done. Once you get that ordered pair, you are done. All right? Now, for your homework, I've got 4 problems for you to try, so let's go ahead and take a look at them. All right, for the first 3, I'm going to tell you what a variable is. Like, for the first one, I tell you right off the bat, y equals 6x. So, wherever you see a y down here in the second equation, you can replace it with a 6x. So, right here, in parentheses next to the 3, I would put a 6x and see what happens. That 3 is going to get multiplied by that 6x to give me 18x, right? And then you would just go from there. And same way with number 2. I tell you for a fact that x is equal to 3y. So you can replace this x with a 3y. And down here, I tell you y is 5x. So you can replace this y with a 5x. And then number 4 down here, that's the last one that I want you to do. And this is kind of like number 3 in your notes. What you want to do is you want to set the 2x minus 2 equal to the x plus 2, and then just go from there. All right? This video is already kind of too long. It's already 10 minutes. But if you have any questions, just email me and get your assignment in before midnight, okay? See ya.